Hello, everyone. I'm Lee Blickley from HuffPost. Welcome to Build Series. Hannah Brown left last season of The Bachelor brokenhearted when Colton Underwood sent her home right before hometown dates. But now the Alabama native has been given the chance to star as The Bachelorette and is on the journey to find the love of her life. Roll Tide. She's here to discuss it all with us, but first, let's watch a clip from her new season. Let's welcome Hannah Brown. Wow, what a great audience.
I know. Thanks, guys, for being here.
Like, walk us through this promo because it's been one of my favorite promos, I think, for the Bachelor and Bachelorette franchise. It's fun.
Thank you. It's my favorite too.
So where did you shoot, and like, how did you come up with the vibe yourself, or?
No, honestly, I think ABC and the Bachelorette just really wanted to showcase my journey and just in life, and really made this like almost like movie trailer to promote my season and me just being able to not just be a persona of a beauty queen or just a pretty face. I'm much more than that, and I'm shedding all those layers and just coming into my own. And I'm excited for everybody to get to be a part of that journey, but I feel like the promo just really encompasses who I am, and then also let me be like a real life princess at the same time, which was awesome. But yeah, it was in like this beautiful woodsy place in like Thousands Oaks, California, and it looks like it's straight off of a movie set. So I was really lucky, but it was freezing. And they were making me walk up and down these like huge hills, and I was like, you try to walk in those hills. I mean, they were like, we love the beast, but we don't love the beast when it's coming after me. But ultimately, I was really happy with the way it all turned out. So, yeah.
Is it a weird feeling to be the Bachelorette and kind of been, you were thrown into this world right after you finished The Bachelor?
Oh, it took me a good 2 weeks to be able to say, hi, my name's Hannah, and I'm the Bachelorette. I couldn't even say it because it was so surreal for me. I didn't ever expect to be the Bachelorette. And my season with Colton had a lot of ups and downs. And so I didn't really think that this would be my life. But I'm so thankful because I really did want it and believe in the process, because it didn't work out for me the way you think it would as on The Bachelor. I didn't find love reciprocated from Colton, but I did find love for myself, and so I knew that I was ready to share that love and the whole person that I am with somebody else.
Yeah, did you learn by being on The Bachelor that this process could work for you and that you could see yourself being able to handle 30 men at once?
Yeah, I thought I knew that I would be able to do this, and I wouldn't have said heck yeah to being the Bachelorette if I didn't feel like it was such a growing experience for me, and I didn't feel like I could have a happy ending. I know
that could be your future, Hannah.
You saw Scott too, yeah. So I was really excited to have the opportunity because I know that it does work. I mean, look at some of the Bachelorettes in the past and how happy they are. And I just know that if I grew so much, then the men that were going to be on my season were going to be able to grow so much as individuals. And I want somebody that's a complete person too. So
how was it for you that first night where you had 30 men come in? Were you nervous? Were you excited? Like, what's that feeling when you know the first limo door is opening and the first guy's going to come out? Do you kind of want to faint? I feel like I would freak out.
So all day I was like, oh, I'm just excited. Whatever, I've got this. And then the first limo pulled up and I was like, oh, shoot, I don't know what I'm doing. But then after that, all my nerves went away. It was the most fun. just the limo entrances for me, because I love meeting new people, forming bonds, and you can do that in 30 seconds. I mean, yes, these guys couldn't even remember their names. They were so nervous, but it was a fun way to start the night, and then to be able to see them again and build on the quick connections that we may have made, or try to form connections that are surprises for me, was really exciting. So yeah, it was a great night, other than that one little mishap.
Oh my God, we'll get to that. But, you have you have like 2 Tylers this season, right? 2 Connors. How do you, like, the first night, how do you remember everybody's name? Do you have like little cards that you secretly keep? Like, I can't believe you can remember 30 guys' names.
I will say, yes, I have a little help to remember people's names, but I really didn't need it. One of my like biggest strengths, I think, is I have a pretty insane memory. And so by the end of the night, I knew everybody's name, where they were from, their age, what their cat's or dog's name was, and or both. So I don't know. I can just hold on to that stuff, especially in something like this, when I really am trying to make connections and want them to know that I care. It's not just going from conversation to conversation. I'm really looking for somebody that I can see a relationship with.
Yeah, and so you had already given a rose to Cam, but then you still got the first impression rose, which you gave to Luke. Now, the first impression rose has been pretty, a pretty good tell of who the winner could be, because a lot of the Bachelorettes pick the guy that they picked for the first impression rose at the end. So did you feel that pressure when you were giving it to Luke?
I mean, I'm aware that the past, 5 Bachelorettes, that's been the case, but I didn't feel pressure. I was going off of what I felt that night, and who showed the most interest in me, that I felt and felt really special with, and who I saw an immediate connection. But it wasn't just Luke that I felt connections with that first night, but that one was definitely an indescribable connection that made me really hopeful for the rest of the season. So,
yeah, who are some of the other guys that left a good first impression?
Well, who did y'all like?
I like Jed when he sang to you. That was nice.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, you like Jed? Yeah, I mean, that was, I think I said on there, I was like, oh, I got a crush, because who doesn't want a man to write a song for you and then play it and actually be really good? It would have been really bad if he was not, because I cannot.
You're a singer?
Maybe we should try something new. But no, he was great. So definitely, Jed definitely caught my eye. Connor S. caught my eye at first, jumping over the fence and really listening to what I said. I was like, I want somebody to jump over the fence for me. Night 1, somebody did. So, let me think.
Peter
the pilot.
Peter.
Yeah.
You had 2 pilots. You let one go.
I know. Everybody's really upset with me about that.
Yeah,
but
he seemed nice.
He was nice. Yeah. But Peter the pilot, I love calling him that. It's funny. Just a sweet guy, and has a gentle spirit about him, and that was really comforting. Who else?
Tyler, right? There was a Tyler. 2 Tylers.
Yeah, I talked to Tyler G the first night. I didn't talk to Tyler C. But Tyler G was great too. Definitely had a really good conversation with him. Oh, Mike. Mike. Mike and I would say, had, for me, that night, the most real conversation. I felt really comfortable with Mike, and he asked about me and how I was doing and why I was here, because it's a 2-way street, and I really appreciated that and admired that about Mike. So,
can you tell right away which guys are really there to find love, or do you sense right away that there are some people there like, oh, I'm going to go on a vacation, I'm going to go, travel the world?
I feel like I do have a gift of discernment and can kind of see why people are there and if they're really for me. But I do think that everybody comes into this process with different expectations, and sometimes those can change as you really get into it. So I was hopeful that everybody was there for me, but I don't think I was a dummy to know that there are other opportunities outside of this. And so, yeah, it was scary at first, but I needed time to figure out who I really would like to have a relationship with and if it was the right relationship for me. So.
Yeah, how was it for you for the tables to be turned? You were one of the 20 some odd girls for Colton, and now you have the power to decide, who you want to stick around. Was that hard for you at first to kind of be the one making the choices?
No. No, all jokes aside, I mean, I feel like I made every decision that I made was the best decision for me at that time and for my heart. And my heart was ready to let go throughout the season. So I stand by, don't have any doubts about the decisions I've made. But it is really difficult to look a guy in the face and say it's just not there. And even night one, it was hard for me. And so it got harder and harder and harder to say goodbye. But this is my opportunity to find love, and I have to do whatever is necessary for me to feel like I could have the best outcome of this for me and what I wanted out of it.
And, we saw some previews of what's to come, and it seems like there's some drama on the way, some tears maybe.
Drama on The Bachelorette? Whoa.
How was that for you, though, in all honesty, to kind of be vulnerable that way and kind of let yourself just feel all the emotions during this process?
Hannah 2 years ago could have never done that, but I'm so thankful for The Bachelor and being The Bachelorette because through this, it allowed me to realize it's okay to have bad days, good days, to feel sad, to feel excited, to feel hopeful, and to sometimes not. And I really leaned into whatever emotion I was feeling. And I think that's really empowering for men and women to feel like your emotions are valid. And no, I don't want them to control me. And sometimes I have allowed my emotions to control me. The reason I feel the way I feel is okay, but it's just working through that and how I'm going to respond to troubles and drama. And I'm really proud of myself. Did I make mistakes? Absolutely. I'm always going to make mistakes. I'm a human being, and you're watching me be a human. But overall, I feel really confident about how it all went down.
Yeah, so are you happy? You look pretty happy.
I'm a happy person. Sometimes.
You could be tricking us.
I am happy. The season my journey didn't go as expected. I don't know why I thought that I could predict how it was going to go. And it was great at times, and it was really hard. And you will see me deal with those emotions and struggle and have hope, lose hope, and try to work through all that, because when you've lost hope, then you really can't go anywhere from there. And I had moments of that, but I'm happy now, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity that I had to, to try to find love this way.
I'm trying to read your face. Like, what's going on here? This is still fresh, right? When did you get back from shooting?
Like 3 days ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So like
maybe, I think. I don't know.
So you could have gotten engaged like 3 days ago, and we
Wild. Wild.
But how is it for you, in all honesty, to like wrap that up so quickly, and then you get to be with that person maybe, and then you have to just kind of drop everything and pretend like nothing happened and kind of not spill the beans?
I mean, wrapping just a few days ago, I'm exhausted, but also I think because I had to go straight from filming to press to promote my season, and what I want you guys to see that I experience has kept me really energized. I think that's like, yes, I'm happy, but I think I'm just really excited for everybody to see what I've all been through and how I've grown and how these men have grown and drove me crazy sometimes. But I'm here. But yeah, I think I just like can't stop, won't stop. Just got to keep going. And I'm just really blessed for all the opportunity and want people to see all the blessings that came from it.
Yeah. Was it weird for you to watch the first episode after just wrapping the season? Like, did you spot things, little quirks of the guys that you were like, oh, I didn't notice that at the first?
Well, yeah. I mean, I only see what the interactions that I have with the men. So all the other stuff is like, so that happened. That's interesting. Or, oh, I didn't realize you were wearing those shoes. Why no socks? Very confused. But it was really surreal. I'm like, oh my God. I've been on TV before with The Bachelor, but it's like, oh, I'm in all of it. This is about me. This is my experience that I'm now sharing with the world. And it was exciting. I was pumped, but then also it's hard reliving it when there are real relationships and kind of seeing that and knowing how some relationships end or continue to develop. It's hard to watch, but it's my story, and I'm glad that I'm able to share that with you guys.
Yeah. I mean, there were some guys that you kept and some that you let go that I was like, Hannah, what are you doing? Like Matt Donald was really nice.
Guys,
I feel like he's going to be the Joe from last season, right?
Give me some slack. Okay, I'm just going to say, I loved when I saw that tractor pull up. I'm like, yeah, tractor's sexy. Hey. But he really didn't have a tractor. He really wasn't a farmer. So, I mean, how do you trust that? Yeah. But he was really sweet. He was really sweet. I know. You feel the same way. It's just me and you. Everybody else is giving me shade.
And what about the box king, Joe? Was it the box that threw you off?
There was more things that threw me off about Joe that maybe we all didn't see. But, nice guy, not my guy.
Yeah. What about John Paul Jones? You kept him around.
John Paul Jones.
Who said you have to call him John Paul Jones?
Isn't it fun, though, John Paul Jones?
Yeah.
He is, people have been questioning that, but honestly, I had so much fun with John Paul Jones that night, and just he's a character, and I want to know more about him. And there's lovable qualities about him that I'm excited for you all to get to see what I saw, but also really funny. And I mean, John Paul Jones is fun to say. So I had to continue that.
I did notice that his career too said John Paul Jones. So I guess
no, it did not.
Yes. So
he has a real career.
Yeah.
He's very, and just being John Paul Jones, which is a whole thing in itself. It's a talent.
Was there anyone else from the first night that we really didn't get a good glimpse at that you're excited for us to see over the next few weeks?
Who do y'all feel like you didn't see a lot of?
There was one guy with like beautiful green eyes who said he didn't have time with you. You ended up picking him.
Tyler C.
Maybe?
Yeah, probably Tyler C. Yeah, really handsome. Mm-hmm.
You have a few handsome guys.
Yeah.
You have a few handsome guys.
Yeah, I didn't get to talk to Tyler C. the first night because of all the Scott drama.
We got to get to Scott.
Yeah, like I don't think I talked to like 8 guys.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I wanted to see if there was more with Tyler and I, even though I didn't get to talk to him, and a few other guys that, there's just that initial connection that you think, there might be something more, but why the heck did you not talk to me? And so I'll probably ask, why the heck did you not talk to me? But
spoiler.
Yeah, wanted to look more into some of the relationships just from the initial chemistry.
Did it piss you off that Scott just started your first night off with a bang by having a secret girlfriend?
I feel like it looked like it pissed me off because it totally did. Well, it just was so disrespectful for all of our time, my time, the other men who either got to talk to me or didn't, because I'm dealing with something that I should never had to deal with, and just disheartening. But I'm glad that I knew then and didn't, continue on with Scott, and got to kind of lay down the law in front of the other guys about what I expect and what I won't deal with, and said, if you feel the same way Scott does, or you have other intentions, then you can follow him. And I think they all knew then that I meant business and will continue to know that I mean business.
Did any of them lie on that first night? Is there any other secret girlfriends coming our way?
I don't know. I would have to roll up my sleeves for that one, but I don't think so. I think you'll just have to continue to watch because there's obviously a lot more drama, different ways.
I am curious too. You were Miss Alabama, of course, so you probably had a little bit of notoriety on social media. But how has it been for you to kind of be? You now have this platform where people are following you, and you have tons of people looking to you for advice.
Yeah.
How has that part of the process been?
So I just got my phone back right when I got home. So I've had it for like 2 days or something. And it's so weird. It's like, oh my gosh, I have all these friends now that, I had before, but not to this magnitude. And it's, there's a part of me at first was like, oh my God, like, should I post this? And I'm like, heck yeah, it's me. Like, I don't want this to change who I am and how I want to communicate with people. I just have a lot more people that I can communicate and connect with. But yeah, it was really weird to come back and be like, whoa, this is totally different, but really blessed.
Because that must be a nerve-wracking thing, though, when people are watching. I'm sure you get a lot of Twitter mentions and stuff. Are you nervous at all for what's to come in the season and seeing people kind of discuss it over social media?
Yeah, it's great when 1 million people love you. Would be really hard when 1 million people don't. And so everybody has something to say. And there's a lot of people who are just never got on the Hannah B train and still will never, no matter what I do. And that's fine. I think, honestly, having to go through a lot of criticism on Colton's season for me really made my skin tougher than I ever thought it was. And honestly, like, you can have opinions about me, but if you don't know me and know my heart, then I can't take that to my heart, because I know who I am and I know that I'm doing the very best that I can. And, I would love, this is hard. Yeah. And I think that if anybody that's been in my shoes knows how hard it is to be completely vulnerable in yourself and show your good and bad.
You just got to be Hannah Beast.
I got to be Hannah Beast. I don't know another way. Yeah.
Well, we have one tweet, so let's read that. Here we go. If you had to guess, how many times was Roll Tide said this season? I was actually going to ask that.
Okay. So when we went to Alabama, of course, like, that's how, it's not a hello, it's a Roll Tide, or goodbye is a Roll Tide. So, the first premiere show and the reunion in itself, there's no telling. I'm sure it's in the 20s or 30s, but I'm the Roll Tide girl, and I don't mean to be, but people just will come up to me like, who else? Somebody said Roll Tide when I came in here. I'm like, Roll Tide.
Oh, you're so sad.
But no, I'm so blessed by living and growing up in Alabama, and Alabama football being just like me to my core, but it's not all of me. And so I love the greeting, but hopefully I won't just be known as the Roll Tide girl forever. Yeah.
Let's get some audience questions.
First of all, you've always been one of my favorites.
Thanks.
So is this person who hopefully you found love with someone who you immediately saw a future with, or did it take a long time into the season to see something?
Oh, look at you, trying to be all sneaky. I will say that I had multiple relationships that progress at their own pace, and I'm excited for y'all to get to see that.
Good job. You've been trained.
Hey, Hannah, how's it going? Welcome to Build.
Hi.
Bill. Out of all the people, why do you think ABC chose you to be the next Bachelorette?
Good question.
Thanks.
There were moments where most of the time I was like, there's no way. But I think maybe it's because I think if you get to know me and really want to give me a chance, my heart is in the right place, and I wanted to find love, and I wanted it badly, and I knew I deserved that, to find that all-encompassing, unconditional, fierce love. And if it wasn't this show, it was going to be me on my own, not settling for anything else. And I also think that I grew so much just on Colton's season and discovering who I am that it made me so much more ready for what I thought I was already ready for. And so being the Bachelorette, you get to see me really continue on that journey of discovering who I am and really leaning into that and not being ashamed of the parts of me that might be hard to take or are not just prim and proper, but just the real Hannah. And I'm always going to be that. I'm always going to be vulnerable. I'm always going to be honest. And I think that's what we need now. If we're going to have reality TV shows, let's make it be real and show all the sides that make up a human, because we're all not just going to be this every single day. That's not reality. Reality is crying and being emotional and wanting to give up but not, and working through things and hooting and hollering and being crazy sometimes, but then ultimately just living life to the fullest. And I think that they could see, and I'm so glad that they believed in me, that I would be able to do that and be relatable to all the people that watch.
That's so nice.
Maybe.
Yeah, that was a really nice way to put it.
Yeah.
And it must be nice to kind of let go of that pageant queen facade and just be yourself. Because I'm sure as a pageant queen, there was a lot that went into feeling like you had to be perfect.
Yeah. I'm really blessed to have grown up doing pageantry, because it taught me a lot of skills and really helped me in a lot of areas of my life. But to say that there were moments that it didn't get in my head about, you're not enough, like you don't deserve it, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, you're not this, you're not that, would be a lie, because I did feel that. But I think as women and men, we feel that in whatever we're doing, and definitely beauty pageants and can really put a focus on things that are kind of out of your control. And so it's nice to just be Hannah, even though I'm so thankful for being Miss Alabama USA and what all that brought me. But it was great to be able to do this experience as just me and completely me.
I think we have time for one more question.
So the Bachelor franchise has been known to promote different outdated gender stereotypes and objectify women. Knowing this, how do you strive to be a role model for young girls like me?
Yeah, that was great. I think the franchise has really grown and learned a lot and started to be up to date with the times. And I'm really grateful to be a part of The Bachelor and Bachelorette and be the face of this, and them allowing me to have my own journey to love. But I do think that my season, everyone behind allowed me to be myself and struggle with not feeling enough or deserving, and then feeling worthy and knowing what I expect, and not just being somebody's half, but being a whole person and being okay with that as a woman, to know that I am completely fine on my own and could be, and I'm fine I was fine being single and living my life finally for the first time, because I knew myself and was really whole. But I don't have to have somebody complete me. And what I wanted was just to have somebody to do life with and be another whole person, and we could just take on life together. I think this season really shows that I'm strong and independent on my own, but I think love is the closest thing to magic we have in this world, and who doesn't want to experience magic? And knowing that you can be both. You're not just somebody's second. You're first, and you're for yourself, but for myself, I want love, and excited that I got to do it this way.
Hope you found it. I
Me
think she
too.
did.
Got to see.
Well, you'll have to come back if you ever, if you get engaged or you just start dating somebody after this. Come on back and
Yeah, we'll just hang.
yeah, bring them.
Yeah.
So The Bachelorette airs Mondays, of course, at 8 p.m. And thank you so much, Hannah, for being here.
Thank
We'd love
you.
to have you.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you all. I appreciate it.